I'm crazy excited because today we're going to be talking about how you can grow your biceps bigger with some simple techniques to incorporate into your workouts. Let's go check it out. Now I'm going to be demonstrating these techniques with a resistance band, but obviously you can use them with dumbbells or barbells or whatever you happen to be using in the gym, even a cable. So let's get started. As you can see today, I'm making full use of the garden. You see Mr. Horse in the background here? He's not in much of a hurry to get over this fence, is he? And you shouldn't be in a hurry to finish your bicep curls off, because sometimes you just might be going too fast. So instead of this, what we see a lot in the gym is trying to get those reps in, which is great. Let's just slow it down a bit. Slow on the way up and control on the way down. Just think up, squeeze the bicep at the top and lower down. What that's going to do is increase the duration of your sets from maybe 20 seconds up to about 40 to 45 seconds, which is going to stimulate those muscles to grow in a way that they're not used to. So that's the first very simple technique you can adopt if you haven't before. Let's go see if there's some more extreme ways we can do it. The tenth way that you can overload the biceps is by overloading the negative portion of the rep. A lot of people would do this with something called a cheat curl, where they cheat the weight up using a bit of momentum and then lower the weight down. But I've come up with an even safer way you can overload the negative, which I like to call a side curl. Check it out. So what we're going to do, we're going to choose a weight that's a little bit too heavy for us to control on the concentric like we normally would. And then what we're going to do is squat down, get that bend at the elbow, squat up, squeeze at the top and lower down under control. Squat down, come up and lower under control. Now you are going to get a little bit of a leg workout with that one as well, and it will put a little bit of pressure on the cardiovascular system because it is a little bit more intense, but it's going to allow you to safely overload the negative portion of the exercise, which is the lowering portion, with a bit more weight that you'd usually be able to use, and do it safely too. So I highly recommend that one. Another solid technique to guarantee more bicep gains is to build a stronger mind-muscle connection. Now there are a few ways you can do this. My favourite is to incorporate limp wrist curls at the end of my bicep workout to feel a very strong contraction in the biceps, even though I might not be using as much weight as I do on a traditional barbell curl. Now what you're going to do this is it's pretty simple really. This is a normal bicep curl here. Just make note of the range of motion you can see, okay? And even try it yourself and see how strong you feel the contraction in the biceps. Now, I want to let your wrists go limp, literally, it's called a limp wrist curl for a reason, and then come up and you're going to feel a stronger contraction in the biceps because there's slightly increased range of motion there. Now do 12 to 15 reps with a good weight that makes it difficult, and you're going to really feel a strong contraction in the biceps, and that will help you build that mind-muscle connection, which will help you make more gains on your other exercises. Next, I want to give you a great technique point for any exercises you're doing when you've got movement of the wrist. So one of the functions of the bicep is to supinate your wrist, so to bring your palm up, okay? That's why you see guys, or you might be doing it already, twisting as you curl. But you might not be taking it quite far enough. So let's just have a look. Firstly, if you supinate too early and then start, you're not using there's no mechanical tension on that movement. So you might as well not do it. What you really want to do is come up and then supinate mid-rep when there's tension on the bicep, and I want you to continue that movement all the way to the top and squeeze your little finger, or pinky for the Americans, in towards you, and that's going to really increase the contraction at the top of the movement. And you can do that on any exercises where you're using either a cable or a dumbbell and you've got freedom of movement there. So really come up and squeeze towards you, and that's really going to increase that contraction. Another great tip for developing bigger biceps is to make sure you incorporate some work into your biceps routine for the brachialis muscle, which sits here. It's basically the strongest flexor of the elbow. It sits under your bicep, and developing it's going to give you the appearance of thicker arms, of course. So what you want to do is make sure you're incorporating some exercises for the biceps in a neutral position, because that's where the brachialis works its strongest, okay? So they're basically going to be doing a hammer curl. My favorite, as I probably mentioned in previous videos, is a cross-body hammer curl, like so, okay? So that's my final tip, nice basic one to finish on, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope it was helpful. Like and subscribe if it was, and I'll see you next Wednesday, guys. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.